Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And it's very cold here in New York. And, I'm okay with that. I like cold weather. That's my time of the year. This is my time of the year. And, I have went and got some hot chocolate today. I didn't get coffee. And I made, what did I make? I made some wraps last night. Yeah, I made some fajita wraps, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm not even tripping. I wanted to give you guys some insight of part 2 of glitching your system. And there's a couple of reasons when you glitch the system. Either the matrix, the system, wants to change directions. Either it doesn't want to target you anymore, or it wants to reconcile. Okay, so you have to have this understanding, and I'm going to give you this idea because I love cats, and cats is my favorite thing. So in the matrix, in the Matrix Reloaded, I think, I'm not sure, but when Neo saw the cat in the building, and he saw it twice, and he was like, wow, I think I just saw something. And she was like, what was it that you think you just saw? And he said, I saw a cat twice. And she knew that something had been changed. They were to go in a different direction. They had put up a wall, a blockage, so that they could not get out of that building. So we have this understanding when we glitch the matrix, that you have to be able to tell some people what you see, whether it is deja vu in a dream, or whether it is in real life you're experiencing deja vu. Something that you have already been there in a dream. In real life, you've already done this before. You've already seen this before. And you have to be able to tell somebody that, that glitch in the system is giving you an understanding of what your next move is. And somebody around you is able to discern that. So when you're glitching the system is not a bad thing. But glitching the system and keeping it to yourself is. Because you're supposed to be able to get the download if you don't understand what's being said to you. If you understand what's being said to you, then you're still supposed to relay it to, our brothers and sisters, our chosen ones. Because someone else may be going through the same thing. So that, they don't feel alone. So that, if they are attacked by the entity, and a lot of you out there are attacked by the entity, by the sheriff department, the fire department, the court system, the police. A lot of you are attacked in that way, which means that you're on another level. You have awakened, and you're on another level. Now, whether you decide to seize the moment like I do, I thank you very much for taking things away from me. Okay. I wasn't born with it. And that's just how I look at it. But, for you guys who like to be attached to things, you're going to have to learn how to, unattach yourself. And that's one of the things when you're glitching your system. This entity wants you to be attached to this life. And God, on the other hand, wants you to be attached to him and the spiritual realm. So this is what glitching the system means, that, which one are you more dedicated to? You see where I'm going with this? Okay. So now that you understand that, the cars and, the haberdashery, the people that you lose along the way, when you're glitching the system, and you can see that these people are falling off, they were never for you. Those material things are just a byproduct to keep you attached to bills, to keep you attached to the entity. and to things of that nature. And sometimes it can be relationships. It can be, the relationship with your family, that they have given you some of these things, and you're more attached to those material things than God. So when you start to understand that if you have taken something from me, then God didn't mean for me to have it anyway, so you can keep the truck. That's what I meant. And this is why, the entity doesn't want you to talk about your experience when you have glitched the system. Because you're going to help other people understand what you must do, the decision that you must make at this pivotal moment. So this is why I wanted to give you a part 2, because a lot of you did not understand. So if, God has taken, your relationships away from you, your friendships, your marriages away from you, then that means that was sent from the entity. And if you are fighting to have those material things, and you're more attached to the relationship that you don't want to look bad or divorce in other people's eyes, because you're married to a karmic, and God is meaning to remove that person out of your life. That car or that type of truck or house that you are attached to is more worthy of you looking good to people in the community and exalting yourself than for you to be humble and understand and hear what God is saying to you. Then you're going to glitch the system, and the entity is going to keep trying you in that way, because we need to make sure that you are for God. You over here, you're over here, okay? You're on the right hand side, okay? That part. So now that we're understanding that, we don't care about that kind of stuff, because, whatever God has taken away from you, he'll give you something better. And, even if he doesn't give you something better, then you have a better attitude. You're not under the stress, and you're separated from those people and those wicked people who don't mean you any well, who have a wicked design against you. So I'm giving you this idea from my perspective, but it is also from the perspective that when blockages have been placed in your way, then God is making another way out for you. And that's why I gave you the movie, The Matrix. And this is what we have to understand, that those blockages can be cleansed. If God means for you to move towards him, then those blockages will be removed, so you can see what they have been placed there for. They have been placed there for your downfall, to separate you from God, to see if you would really, be with the entity, or are you with God? Over here. We're over here. Okay. So I thank all of you so much for giving me the chance to give you my understandings. And, I'm very serious most of the time, about teaching you how to remove these types of blockages. Let somebody know what's going on with you. The entity wants to keep you in seclusion. It wants you to be quiet. It wants you to be silent about these types of things. It wants you to think that you're crazy. So God has placed me here in order to let you know that you're not crazy. And yes, I do have on my Atlanta hat. And we are moving forward with what God has for us. Not what, we're enticed into, believing that we're supposed to have, that keeps us attached to the earth. I'm not attached to earth. I never was. I'm attached to God. So I wanted to bring you this prophetic message. I really appreciate all of you. I appreciate your support. Please, let those material things go. Get some understanding when you're experiencing deja vu. Get some understanding. Reach out to me when you're glitching the system and everyone is turning against you. Everything has turned against you. When you're seeing those things in your life, unexplainable, Let somebody know. If you tell the truth, you shame the devil, and it shall flee. If you're praying, if you're connected to God, it shall flee from you. So book your one-on-one sessions with me if you're having these types of problems, experiencing deja vu, glitches in the matrix. If you are experiencing, things that, other people would not understand, reach out to me. Book your life coaching sessions, your video chat sessions. Like, share, and subscribe to me. Let me acclimate a gift to your situation. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.